Hey guys, this is Anthony Fridgley, known as Anthony Fridgley 2003 on my YouTube channel here. And today, this is going to be a homemade DVD update that I made recently for September 15th, 2025. So let's get started. So here we go, let's get started. Start with this one first. This is actually Thomas and Friends Sodor Stories, 2 Thomas Adventures. Well, there is a VHS tape of Sodor Stories, but it never had a DVD release, but someone did the custom DVD version. Well, it's kind of like a homemade DVD copy, but it's actually an ISO copy. So yeah. And so is it was actually all from a VHS tape, unfortunately. So yeah. And by the way, the Sodor Stories was on a DVD. It was actually called Fun with Thomas. In fact, I do have Fun with Thomas on that DVD. And by the way, I did change that. That looks even better. Here it is. See, Fun with Thomas. This is a sampler Thomas DVD. But on Sodor Stories, it was just the VHS version of the Wooden Railway sampler. It was a VHS version. I just wrote. That's why I wrote sampler VHS. So yeah, I did wrote /DVD. So yeah, it's actually 2 Thomas Adventures. So yeah, I wasn't sure if I don't know if I wrote it correctly, but I would replace with Sodor Adventures. 2 Sodor Adventures. I don't know if it is true, but yeah. It is I wrote Hit Entertainment and 2 Thomas Adventures. Yep. I did not make this homemade DVD. Someone else did. But I did burn the discs that were taken from archive.org. It was from an ISO file when I burned it. So yeah. And then here's the Double Trouble. This was also taken from this was also on the VHS quality as well. That's why I wrote sampler VHS. But this time it's actually from a take-along VHS. So yeah. But this is a homemade DVD version of Double Trouble, the take-along. Homemade DVD actually. Homemade DVD from 2022, and I think back in 2022 someone did the homemade DVD. And someone edited the chapters. So yeah. But it's a good thing you don't have the homemade DVD menu. But for some reason after the disc ends, it didn't stop the disc. It just repeats it over many times. It'll probably repeat it over and over again. So yeah. That's just the homemade DVDs, kind of. Now here's Thomas and the Special Letter. Now I'm going to a take-along DVDs now. I'm guessing this is actually the first. Actually, this would have been the very first Thomas DVD that was actually just by Hit Entertainment. But that's only but that's probably the take-along DVD. But the first retail Thomas DVD just by Hit Entertainment would be Steamies vs. Diesels. Yep. And even it was from a double layer DVD, and yes, I didn't use the new ones. I just used a double layer DVD because I was afraid it will not work, but it did work, even though it has scratching. And try to do something to fix it, but yeah. Yep. It's a good thing it didn't got on this thing right here. So, I'm glad I did test it and it works pretty good. Works fine. For some reason that was actually the first take-along Thomas DVD sampler. If you don't understand, this is what it looked like, the take-along Thomas set. So yeah, I guess the take-along, now I have it. Now I finally got this DVD. Well, for some reason it didn't burn on my rewritable disc. I think I forgot about that one. That's the most reason why I haven't had it. Next, Henry and the Elephant. I did have this on the homemade DVD, but it was actually a rewritable disc. So, and by the way, rewritables can record and erase many times. I just went on permanently, so I want to keep it. so it'll stay there permanently from now on. This is not now. This is actually now. Now this is actually R disc than just an RW discs. So yeah. Yep, it works pretty good and looks in really nice condition. Yeah, this is actually an 8-minute full DVD. So, by the way, here's is what it looked like when it's burning the disc. It's not too much. Yeah. It says like ISO 2025. That's what I did, because this is an ISO copy, but it still plays like the 2004 DVD, the real one content. Here now I find, and here's the next one. I have two more Take Along Thomas DVD sampler DVDs before we're done. But since the last one just only come with it never had a case. Originally never did have a case. It's called Thomas and Friends James and the Trouble with Trees. This time is Alec Baldwin. Yeah, I just wrote narration, but yeah. Yep. I remember this one probably would have been taken from the Thomas and Friends Make Someone Happy DVD, and Henry and the Elephant was probably taken from the Gallon Oil Engine, and Thomas and the Special Letter was only had one episode, Thomas and the Special Letter. Yep. Now here's Cory Adventures on Sodor. This one episodes are, says the 2005 DVD sampler take along DVD. It's a homemade copy. Yep. Yeah, I finally got Cory's Adventures on Sodor on DVD, but it's actually a homemade copy. So yeah, a take along sampler DVD. I remember I did have it last time when I buried it, but it was from a DVD MyStar W disc. It was from a rewritable disc. I can't remember which one, but I think it is for RW discs. I didn't have it with. Be sad because I'm not in my house. So yeah. Yep. Works. And by the way, when I burned these DVDs recently, now this is actually from a DVD Plus R disc. It's a regular DVD Plus R disc. Well, the one I showed you with the Thomas and Special Layer was actually a double layer DVD. Yeah. Yep. This one has 2 episodes. One is the episode. This one has 2 episodes. I thought there was only one, but it turns out there were 2. The episodes are Rusty and the Boulder from Alec Baldwin, season 5, and the other from season 1 is Thomas Breaks the Rules. Yeah. Those are the only 2 episodes on it for some reason. This is actually the Tomy promo copy of Thomas and the Jet Engine. I think that on a Tomy it's called The Story of Thomas and the Jet Engine. I think that's what it's called. I'm not even sure, but I'm not sure that was the rare DVD. I think this was probably very hard to find. But yeah, this is the only Tomy sampler Tomy DVD. It's only had 1 episode of Thomas and the Jet Engine. When he started playing the disc, it only just starts the intro. Yeah. I don't think it doesn't show any Hit Entertainment logo or whatsoever. But I did wrote Hit Entertainment just in case. But after that 1 episode, Thomas and the Jet Engine, well, it was taken from a Thomas and the Jet Engine in other stories, which I do have the DVD nowadays, but it's an ISO copy. Yeah. It's only had 1 episode, Thomas and the Jet Engine, and it has the name board, but incomplete. It just cuts out to the Tomy motorized Thomas sets, and after that, that's it. Yeah. It's actually like 4 or 5, actually 6-minute full DVD. And finally, I think the last regular ISO Thomas DVD homemade, the regular content is Thomas to the Rescue. It's actually a DVD from 2006, which I think it came out like Come Ride the Rails. I don't really have Calling All Engines. I don't have Calling All Engines, Track Stars, Soldier Celebration, Song from Station on DVD. Yeah. Don't have Come Ride the Rails, but yeah. But I do have Tales from the Tracks on DVD. This is actually from a Just by Entertainment. This is from with a new Model Thomas. It's a Model Thomas, but not classics. So yeah. And then I want to and here's the one. So last Thomas Homemade DVD update I want to show you. But well, I did show you that one. Well, actually, I did a little update on this one. I did wrote disc 1 on Sharpie markers, and I did add Percy on it recently. I did add some update on it. I added some more on that disc. I did drew Percy this time, and then when I drew James, but it wasn't good. Still the same thing like was last time. But I did say, oh man, I did wrote DVD video logos twice. So I might have to get rid of one. Remove. Here's Best of Gore, and this one I wrote Discord. Originally it's not supposed to have that, but I just want to add it for this on a case. And there's the real. Now here's the homemade DVD update I haven't showed you. Best of Henry and Best of Toby. What I showed you last time, if you want, it's actually from a DVD plus RW discs. In fact, RW discs and recorded and erased many times. So yeah, so now I finally got a copy now this is a burned copy. I just had to put the original copy file, then I put DVD file copies to the desktop, and then I have to burn that to the DVD, and it works. And by the way, when I used the DVD recorder, the DVD plus RW is a lot better than a regular DVD plus R. And by the way, this is a reprint copy now. And here's Best of Toby. By the way, Best of Henry, Best of Toby are custom DVDs. They did not exist, but it's actually my homemade copy. It does have my homemade Ubi logo and Connection Video logo at the end. So yeah. And finally, made a copy of the Men Love School and the recordable. This is just a bonus. It's just the season 1 of Gabby's Dollhouse. Yep, have all 10 episodes on one DVD, but I use LP speed. I just added a little. This time I added with Nick Jr. logos. It's just from split recording commercials this time, instead without the commercials. I just had this time with incomplete commercials. Well, I don't want with full commercials, but yeah. This is actually a burned copy, because here's what the original copy looked like. Recorded copy looked like. I don't know where it is, but oh, yep, there it is. That's what it looked like originally. When it's finals in this, I put it onto a desktop, put files on the desktop, then I burn it to the disk. So yeah. And by the way, I might I might show you that I will put an ISO copy on Google Drive, and someone will enjoy watching all 10 episodes on Nick Jr. airing. So yeah, I might have to add the rest of this. I don't think this is finished. So yeah, there you have it. Those are my homemade DVD update. Thanks for watching.